Hello everyone, welcome back to Virtual Sunday School. So this week is Advent 3 and we are talking about the shepherds. And here to help me tell my story are Christian and Holden. Alright friends, so today is the third Sunday in Advent. So we light 3 candles. So you see the card that Holden has is our third Advent card. And it has 3 candles. And on this day we're going to remember something. So Holden, can you show Christian the board? All right, Christian, what's that on there? What's that picture on the Advent card? Do you remember?
I know it's an Advent wreath.
It's an Advent wreath. That's right, it is an Advent wreath. And what's beside the Advent wreath?
A shepherd.
A shepherd. That's right. So today we're going to talk about shepherds, which is why you all have your shepherd staffs and your head things, because we're going to retell our story. So we're looking at our Advent wreath, and, Holden, I'm curious, what do you think is different about our Advent wreath this week than last week?
It has a pink candle.
It has a pink candle. That's right, and that's different. The other 2 are not pink.
They're blue.
They're blue, you're right. Do you happen to know why we have a pink candle? No? You know what? Pink is the color of roses. Have you ever seen a rose before? It's a flower. It's a really pretty flower. And when we put the pink candle on there, we're remembering the colors of Mother Mary. Because if you know, Mary was Jesus' mom. And without Jesus' mom, there would be no baby, right? So she's kind of important. So friends, our story last week was how Mary found out she was going to have the baby Jesus, and she and Joseph went to Bethlehem. And today's story, Mary has already had the baby, and we're going to talk about the shepherds. So do you all want to help me retell our story today? Yeah! So the shepherds were in the fields around Bethlehem keeping their sheep safe. So here we have Holden. He's trying to stay awake and fight off the animals from getting his beautiful sheep that you see in front of him. And he was just doing like he normally does when all of a sudden there was such a bright light in the sky and they couldn't even see anything. It was so hard. It was so scary and surprising. Where did this light even come from? The angels were so scared. They had never seen anything like it before. And then they heard singing in the sky and they were so confused. But then an angel sang, "Do not be afraid." And angels often say that because it is scary when you see an angel. But the angels kept on singing, "Don't be afraid. We bring you tidings of great joy. Peace on earth and goodwill to everyone. A child is born. Go, hurry, run to Bethlehem to see the child who will change everything." Yes. All right, friends, so what is that we have in front of us to finish our lesson out? What's that in front of you, Holden?
A candle.
A candle, and what's in there?
Fire.
Fire, so the candle is lit. Look at that candle. Let's just look at it for a minute. What's it doing?
It's melting the wax.
Melting the wax. It almost looks like the candle's dancing a little, huh? Kind of floats around. But the fire's not going anywhere else, is it? The fire's staying there. Huh. Let's blow the candle out and see what happens to the fire. Let's see what happens. Ready? Let's blow it out. Oh, look at that. What do you see now? What is that stuff coming out? Smoke. So, even though the flame is gone, the candle is still working because the smoke is around. And even though the fire isn't in the flame form, it's still carrying out into the rest of the room. So even though the fire is not in the candle, the smoke has now traveled all around us. And so that's why we use candles at Advent, because we like to talk about how even though the light changes, now the light goes into every place. Just like the shepherds did. The shepherds found out about Jesus and they went home and they told everybody about it. Just like that smoke and the candle went all throughout the room. All right, friends, thank you so much for telling our Bible story today. It was really fun. Do you want to say bye to your friends? Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, Miss Ellie here. This week we're talking about the shepherds and how they were the very first people to hear about Jesus. Some angels told them, and they told other people. I thought it might be fun to watch a little video about sharing the good news, not of Jesus, but about something else. But I think you'll get the idea. Here it goes.
Once in a neighborhood far from your home, a little bit different, but much like your own. It was blazing hot, and to try to stay cool, each kid spent the day in their own wading pool. But for one boy named Timmy, that soon would all change when something happened to him, something quite strange. As Timmy sat in the water, a man came out of thin air with white clothes and a smile and a touch of gray hair. He approached our young Timmy and then with a swoop delivered a paper that made the boy whoop. It had color and gloss and a lot of great flash, with one word on the cover which said Super Splash, a water park opening right down the road. What a beautiful thing! What a sight to behold! With a wave pool and slides and a ton of great fun, a place kids could go and play in the sun. Young Tim was excited. That's not where it ends. He just couldn't keep this great news from his 5 or 6 friends. But how could he show them? He had only one sheet. He thought, and he thought, till he thought of something sweet. He would make more of the Super Splash flyers to give to some friends and hope to inspire, so that they would in turn give some more to more kids, who would be just as likely to flip out their lids at the news of this water park coming their way. What an awesome idea! He would start right away. So Tim ran to the neighborhood copying shop and made hundreds of flyers in one single pop. He went right to his friends who were playing out back. He gave them a flyer, then gave them a stack. And just as he thought, they got quite excited. In fact, the excitement got them ignited. Like lightning, they zoomed to the kids that they knew, spreading Super Splash news with a flyer or two. And each of those kids went and told a few more, till there were at least 1,004 kids standing in line outside the Super Splash gate, ready for splashing. They just couldn't wait. And when the park opened, they ran on inside. They swam in each pool and rode on each ride. Every kid in the neighborhood just had a blast. They had conquered the heat and the sunshine at last. Except for one kid, who we will call Tommy, who continued to bake like rye with pastrami. While everyone else played at the park, Tommy was left by himself, alone in the dark, because no one had told him. I'm sorry to say, they forgot about Tommy that hot summer day. No one gave Tommy the Super Splash flyer, so he had no way to even be quiet. Poor Tom stayed at home. No one called on his phone. In his not-so-fun pool, he sat all alone. And so ends the tale of this park and these friends, and too bad for Tommy, it has a sad end. But just stop and think about what you would do if someone delivered some great news to you. Would you keep it inside? Tell one friend or two? Or would you tell everybody, till everyone knew? And if passing the word to your friend seems uncool, remember poor Tommy, alone in his pool.
So that's it, guys. Think about spreading the good news about Jesus this Christmas season.